Is someone going to swoop in at the last second? Are we really going to win this storage auction for $110 after the last one we tried to went over $700? That would be insane. What also is insane is we have another auction we need to pick up today. Our daughter needs rides. We need to pack all of our orders, and we went to Salvation Army. Let's see how much stuff we can fit into one day. Holy shit, we're gonna win it. We just won a storage auction. We just won
Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Justin, and my wife Julie and I are full-time resellers. As you saw in the beginning, we won our first storage auction, and it's been kind of a crazy experience. After we won, I went right away to pick it up. It was about a half an hour from our house, and when I got into the office and told them that I had won the storage locker, they said, "Oh, that's the crazy lady's unit, and we'd like to just get you out here as fast as possible because we don't want her to come down here and confront you about it." So I had to agree. I didn't really want to deal with a crazy lady either. So I would have filmed a little bit down there, but it was really a rush. So I got it all loaded in the van. It all fit in our van pretty easily. And when I got it home, Julie went through and triaged everything and just separated out what was going to be garbage, what would be for donation, what was for eBay, and what we would set aside for a yard sale. So stay tuned if you want to see more of how it worked out.
So, as you saw, we took the plunge and we bought our first storage unit, and now we just wanted to talk about it a little bit with you and share how it works and everything before we go and show you what we managed to salvage from it. So, Justin found the unit the night before and said that it didn't have much time left on it, so he was kind of watching it, and it was on a site that we hadn't used before, to shop for storage units, so he had to create an account and sign up. They make you put a credit card in and everything. So every place is different, but when you're bidding on a storage auction, you need to read the fine print on it because every place has a different buyer's premium, which is a different percentage that the auction company, the website, gets to keep. Every place has a different clean out time. Some were 48 hours, some were 72 hours. Every place has a different cleaning deposit. Normally you have to leave a deposit in case you leave stuff in the unit, you won't get it back.
So I was in a hurry to get down to the unit because the owner of the unit can pay for the unit, and then they would get their unit back.
Yeah, it voids the auction. You're not out any money. They return all of the money to you, but you no longer get to purchase the unit, and it seems to be that's commonly happens.
Yeah.
So so he rushed to get there before the person paid for it. Part of me wishes he wouldn't have got there first.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But as you'll see, the unit was interesting. I ended up not filming it because it was very clear that this unit was owned by someone with mental health issues, and I just didn't feel right about filming everything. It was you saw in the initial picture, everything was in either bags or boxes, but it was it would be a cardboard box, and it would be covered in she used Aldi bags, so more or less a brown paper, and it was all taped around it. So I'd have to cut through that paper, then the box would be taped, I'd have to cut through that, and then I would open the box, and it would be food items or toiletries, but each individual item would be wrapped in some kind of paper, or even takeout bags and stuff. It was really wild. I mean, I'm estimating we threw away 85 to 90% of what you saw. We can insert the video right here of the garbage bags.
Yeah. And here is the garbage. There's 6 big contractor bags full. Really hoping that our garbage man will take these.
And we're happy to say that our garbage company did take all of the bags today from it. But yeah, I mean, what was in those bags was pretty much expired toiletries, food, just disgusting clothing that was like stained, and then just, oh, weird odds and ends. Plus, I have like 3 boxes of paperwork. Now, it varies by state, but in Pennsylvania, if you find any like bank statements, birth certificates, like anything like that, you're supposed to return it, get like personal effects to the person. I do have a small pile of stuff downstairs. There was a few photos, but it wasn't really of people. It was of an event. And there was some bank statements. So I have those sitting there. Unfortunately, this unit is not where we travel very often. So whenever we're out that way again, I will drop it off. Obviously, they have our information. So if the owner of the unit went to them and said, I desperately need this back from the unit, they would contact us and ask us. But most of the paper, like I filled like 4 boxes for recycling. I did save a big pile of it to print my daily pick list on that I, use when I'm packing my orders. I try to find used paper and use the other side of it. But she had worked for various hotels and rental car places, and it was just paperwork from that. It was not like personal paperwork, and it was from years and years ago. But yeah, it was like she would use like priority mail Tyvek envelopes and like put bundles of paper in it and then tape all around it and then put a stack of them and then tie it all up. Like, yeah, I guess a large portion of the garbage was probably just all the packaging that was around stuff too. I didn't even think about that. Unfortunately, there was thousands and thousands of dollars in vitamins, serums, natural products, all expired, and most of these things were expired in like 2022, 2023. eBay doesn't let you sell expired, like vitamins or whatever. You will get in big trouble and you can get suspended for selling expired things on it. So even though they might have still been good, I can't sell them on eBay. So I just threw away all of that. I did get, which I'll show you in a minute, like some like lotion, shampoos, that kind of stuff. They don't have an expiration date on them that I ended up listing, but nothing fabulous. All right, I tried to condense some of the stuff that I kept and listed out of the unit. I will put a picture up on the screen as I talk about it for what I listed it for. There was just like a storage unit lock. It wasn't very expensive. Oh yeah, if you want to come in closer, Justin. There was 12 or maybe even more of these Palmolive mini things, and they did sell in lots, so I listed those together. This is like a lot of hand soap. This was hand soap and hand lotion, like a dark spot remover. Like there's like tea tree oil, conditioners, and shampoos. Like I listed all of these lots. This was just like a micro scrubber kind of thing. It wasn't worth that much. This Michael Kors purse, I'm 99.9% sure it's fake. Like the MK you could barely make out. The material feels incredibly cheap and the badge looks cheap. The only thing that made me question it does say Michael Kors like on the hardware, which I found was a very interesting detail. It seemed like if this was real or the fake is based on the men's line, I honestly don't know, but I couldn't find much information on it. There was one really gorgeous Starbucks, it's called like Cotton Candy Luster, tumbler that I listed. There was these 4 Mark Twain books. This piano book, which I was surprised that I swear it's worth like 30 something. I listed this purse. It's Enzo Angelinos, something like that. I don't know. It has a bamboo handle, plus inside is the brand new crossbody strap, never used. These Columbia boots. No, I'm sorry. These are Skechers. Skechers boots I listed. And then these Columbia boots were awesome because they were new with tags, like waterproof suede. Oh, I have them backwards. So that was a cool thing to find in it. As for clothes that are already packaged up, but I'll just show you. There was a few pieces. There was 2 of these like Calvin Klein pea coats that are wool and even I think cashmere blend. They haven't been listed yet, but they were in good condition. This Banana Republic messenger bag, it does have like some staining on the bottom, but still it might get like 15 to 20 for it. There was also this new with tags blouse. I haven't listed it yet. So I think that's mainly the stuff that I listed from the unit. So yeah, you saw how much stuff was in the unit. And that's what I listed from it. Kind of crazy. All right, I'm going to show you next the the garage sale pile. All right, so these tubs right here, these 1, 2, 3, 4, in this box are garage sale stuff. I think one of the tubs is clothing, this box is shoes, and then the rest is just miscellaneous items. We sell our stuff at garage sales pretty cheap, so maybe there's like $40 in here, but obviously we're going to try to get whatever we can out of this unit. Next, I'm going to show you there was tons of stuff in the unit that wasn't worth selling, but we're going to use it ourselves because we don't want it to go to waste. I forgot, there was tons of hats too. I actually just washed a bunch. There was like a Nike, Puma, whatever this deer is. And this one, is Adidas. These will probably just go in the garage sale pile. We normally get like $1 per hat. These I was going to see if my mom wanted. Mom, if you want these. She always wears headbands like this in the winter to cover her ears. And then this stack of hats, like that one has, I think that is real fur on the pom-pom. This one's a Calvin Klein. It's really soft. I might keep this one for myself. This one's Norla, Canada. I don't know, but it has alpaca and wool in it. So I'm going to look this one up. I forgot to. I had everything washing or the stuff that couldn't be washed, I put it in the dryer just for a little bit. This one is turtle fur. It's a wool cap. And then there's a bunch of like mossy oak ones and a couple different brands. So we'll look up, see what's worth it. Justin will gladly keep some of them because his little bald head loves a good hat. So yeah, I just wanted to show you that there were some hats in there that'll bring us a little bit of money. All right, now the items that we're going to use for personal use because I don't want them to go to waste. If you want to come in closer, Justin. I was excited about this because all of ours ran out of fuel. This is just a bunch of notebooks and notebook paper and stuff. Wipes. I'll probably put this in the car because it's nice to have something to wipe your hands off of. There was some greeting cards, new paintbrushes, some stuff that I'm going to take to the kitchen. Squeegee. I need a new one of that. This whole thing of new nail polish. It wasn't worth reselling, but me and Brooklyn will use it for sure. These are all hand soaps. They either weren't worth listing or they had been open, so I couldn't list them. This had been partially used, that soap. This is the Myers, very expensive natural dish soap. I was going to sell them a lot of two and then realized one of them, the seal was broken on it, so I just decided to keep it. This is a bag of pens, like games for road trips. There's 4 boxes of Kleenexes, makeup remover wipes, this huge thing of it. These are face wipes. These are like deodorant towelettes, it says. There's bars of soap, brand new Gorilla Glue, pepper spray, scissors, craft stuff, dry shampoo, some fake nails, things that my nieces might like, and like a knife that we were going to use. So yeah, I mean, there's a decent amount of products here that I shouldn't have to buy hand soap for a while with all of this and dish soap. So, and these wipes and stuff. So, we get a little bit of value out of this and trying to save more stuff from going to the landfill. Now, I'm sure some of you are kind of disappointed because you're probably like, I've always wanted to buy a storage unit. And it's like, oh, this is what you can get when you buy a storage unit. I mean, I think we were both totally prepared for like maybe gross clothes and things like that. I was not prepared for like actual food items. I mean, there was a half-empty jar of jelly that probably had been in there for 5 years. Like, things like that, I wasn't really thinking about it. Now, will this deter us from buying another storage unit? I don't think so, but we're definitely going to look at it differently.
I guess we hadn't been thinking about it like more in the like proximity to our house and like how hard it was going to be to get everything to our house, just using our van. But also we need to consider how much potential garbage is in that, like could be in the unit, and how difficult it is to get rid of like a big amount of garbage, because we can't just go and rent a dumpster. There aren't dumps near us that we can just take a load of stuff to. So,
yeah, it's like we watch a lot of YouTube and you see people talk about it. I guess some people live in areas where you have to take the garbage to the dump on your own. Or other people live in areas, I know my sister, you get one can, and if you can't fit your stuff in the can, then you can drive it to the dump yourself, but it's free to drop it off. Where we live, they don't supply the cans. You can put stuff out that doesn't fit in the cans. It just has to be in garbage bags, or you can put out one like one couch, one piece of mattress, something like that per week. But we can't just go to the dump and drop stuff off. That's not an option. So we really have to think about that. I also feel like if I'm looking at a unit and it seems like a whole house is packed up, like someone moved, maybe someone got married and they combined the two houses, I feel like sometimes there would be context clues about that, to look at. But when you go back, I'll put it on the screen again, and look at the picture of this unit. I mean, I would have never guessed in a million years that it would be mainly expired food and toiletries. But maybe that's just my inexperience. Just yesterday, we happened to watch the Bearded Thrift Machines YouTube channel, and they do storage auction cleanouts. And I kind of felt better about our unit, honestly, because they cleared out a huge unit that filled an entire big enclosed trailer that they haul with their big truck. And they have a dumpster on their new property because they just bought a big house compound kind of thing. And they walked away with 4 boxes and filled an entire mammoth dumpster of the junk that came out of a unit. So that was really eye-opening. Okay, this happens frequently like this, this. Yeah. I mean, sometimes, yes, because they previously just bought a unit that I swear they're estimating is $90,000 worth of stuff in it. But then, the next unit could be nothing but garbage. So that is just something you really have to think about if you're going to dip your toe into the storage unit auction thing. You need to be able to haul the stuff, store the stuff, and dispose of the stuff, because those are the big hurdles, I guess, in that business. And you could use a good dose of luck.
Yeah.
Because it really is a gamble. I mean, you can see somewhat, but honestly, if you can see a lot of really good stuff, the price is going to be so high on the unit that your profits really are gonna not be as great. So sometimes it's probably the units that are the biggest gamble where you can make the most money. All right, so I guess that wraps up our first experience buying a storage unit. I was just telling him, one of the sites I use just sent me an email that they have 16 new auctions that started. They all end in anywhere from 3.5 days to 6.5 days from now. So when we get closer, we'll investigate them and see if we want to try it again. Hopefully not on a Monday. We need a storage unit not to happen on a Monday. That was the most insane day, especially considering the fact the day before that we had picked up a free haul from an estate clean out and completely filled our van. It was a lot all at one time. All right, well, we appreciate you taking the time to watch. Oh, if you guys do storage units, if you've bought them, tell us in the comments below. Have you had good luck? What have you found? Have you found good stuff? Have you found some really weird stuff? I'd love to hear about it. All right, we'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.
Bye.